Welcome to Bridles, Bits and Bottles. I'm Emily.
I'm Anna.
And we're here today with Shane.
Hi.
So we have questions for Shane. He's our first ever person on this with us and probably our last.
Yeah.
After this.
We probably have to record a few with other people before we actually let this one go live because I don't think people would
I'm
come back.
nervous. Very nervous.
We've him trapped in. He can't leave.
He was here doing a clinic in my yard and I was like, Shane, will you do an interview with us? Yeah, and I'd say he said all day going, yeah, do we get out of this
No,
place?
he said it to me, would you like to do this? And I was like, yeah, no problem. He's like, today, I was like, okay, that's no problem. What are we going to be asking?
Did she lock the gate so you can
She
drive
did.
out? Yeah.
I was like, park the cars in front of the kids.
You're not getting paid. Did she pay you yet?
No, she doesn't.
Someone for the
Not
month.
at all. No, she feeds me. I'm joking,
Oh.
she's very. She pays me and feeds me.
I give him Chinese restaurant vouchers.
I'm not allowed to go to the Chinese. They take the menus off me.
What?
Yeah, they fat shame me.
They did not.
Mm.
What happened?
So I was at a restaurant with a friend. We finished the yard one day and I was staying at her house and went in. This is in Waterford, by the way. Went into the restaurant, sitting down, and we just wanted bits of everything. We weren't going to eat everything. We just wanted bits of everything.
Yeah.
So
As you do.
yeah, I had the menu and I was like, I'll have that and I'll have that and I'll have that and I'll have that. And I said, and 2 chips. And he said, 1 will do you. I'm taking the menu out of my hand, God fearing that I was going to order any more while sitting there stinking of horse piss. I was like, I was like, can I water?
Yeah, no Coke Zero, just water.
Yeah, just hold the ice. Like. Fat change at a Chinese restaurant. Fantastic.
Did he let you order dessert? No.
No.
Didn't
He said
come
there
back with
wasn't
menu?
any. Yeah.
Oh, that's quite sad.
Yeah, Slimming World was around
That
the
was
corner.
really unlucky, wasn't it? The dessert wasn't going out that evening.
So unlucky. I said,
Yeah.
he just put a padlock on the door.
In case you went round the back.
Yeah, genuinely. Knocking on the door. I want my tiramisu.
Well, just speaking of fat shaming, I know we were having chats earlier, but I got fat shamed in Italy in Venice. I was getting, as Emily says, chafing, not chaffing. And I went into a pharmacy and thought this was going to be real difficult in my shorts. And she goes, oh yeah, you with the legs, big legs. Yes, we have what you want. I was like, thanks. To be fair, I got what I wanted and it worked. But I didn't need the whole description of my legs banging together as I walk kind of thing.
No.
I was very aware of that. I didn't need anyone to show me what it was like, you know. But
You got fixed though.
yeah. Just I didn't wear shorts again though. I was so
Just
embarrassed.
thought somebody was clapping around from behind. They think I'm a celebrity.
With her.
I'm not a model, I swear.
We were actually there for the Venice Film Festival, so I'd say they just mistook me for someone. And they were like,
Next, you're from
yeah.
Hobbit or
I was
something.
like, yeah, no. Under the fucking door. Oh, sorry.
Grumpy.
Dopey.
I'm chubby. What are you
What does
then?
that mean you? I'm dopey and chubby. What are you?
There's no chubby and dwarf though. Is there?
Yeah, he's always in the kitchen.
Christ almighty.
Do you we'll take this back a step. Do you want to introduce Shane and tell everyone who he is for the people that might not know?
Don't give my name.
So this is Jim.
Jim was
So,
going out.
He's banned out of the Chinese restaurant in Watford.
Jim was not out in any Chinese restaurant. So this is Shane McKenna. And for anyone who doesn't know, Shane is are you the leading show rider this year?
No, I'm not.
Did you win
unfortunately. No, I didn't.
Accolade, you won a load of
I
accolades.
won a load of accolades, but I didn't win that accolade, unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
Next year, I'm going to go for it. It's alright, they're in it. Just rub it in, it's just a big wound.
Where's
It's
the
okay.
salt?
Yeah, rub it in.
Well, anyway,
no.
anyone who knows Shane from your circuit and outside your circuit will know he is, as far as I'm concerned, the leading rider.
Thank you.
I'm obviously slightly biased.
She's
but
digging up. Dig
trying
up,
to
man.
scrape the
Yeah.
salt off.
She needs him back next weekend.
I need a band-aid. It's a fucking Sudocrem.
Shane is obviously one of the top producers. I mean, all you have to do is see it every single show. You've been placed or winning.
Thank you.
And I know the work that goes in behind the scenes because I obviously work with your team.
Yeah.
So I have a great respect for you as a trainer and a rider. So I'm delighted to have you here.
Thank
And
you.
it's your first time meeting Emily.
Yeah.
So you may never come back after meeting Emily.
It was a time.
I know you'll be back.
To be fair, we've covered some very broad subjects in the last 15-20 minutes. A bit of a baptism of fire.
It's okay.
You're still here though.
He can't get out. That's why we sat either side of him. No, but I think it's just me and you obviously know each other on a personal level. So I knew that you would be a person who would give great insight into what you do.
Yeah.
But you'd also be able to have a bit of a laugh about it.
It's all about having a laugh. To
It
be
is,
fair,
and being yourself.
Life is too serious to be taking yourself too.
Yeah.
Do you know, to be having a high opinion of yourself.
Exactly.
Because I think horses, you're up 1 minute and you're down the next.
They're gonna level you every
100%.
single time.
Every
they
single
level
time.
you. Yeah.
And it's just lovely for one of our starting interviews to be with someone that we know really well and that we get on with really well.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's my mother's.
No.
Oh, sorry.
It's Anti-Claus.
It's Auntie. But anyway, as I was saying, I suppose the thing is, let's get into it. Let's just say, give us a very brief on how you got to where you're at. What age were you when you started, and what brought you up to present day?
Okay, so I was conceived. I'm joking. No, so I started, Jesus, at a very, very, very young age. Dad would bring me around in the leader, and you could say, and we used to do all the shows, and I was a kid. And then I climbed up through all the grades and the IPS. I show jumped as a kid. I did a bit of everything, but showing was where I kind of found myself at ease, and I was at home and I enjoyed the most. Do you know what I mean? Because there was such a challenge. It wasn't just about show jumping, leaving the poles up. And it wasn't just about just doing a dressage test. You have to ride a good course, and you also had to perform on the flat as well for the judges. So I found that quite challenging. And I love the etiquette. I'm mad into etiquette, so I love the whole etiquette of showing as well, and turnout and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of transpired and went on from there. I went up to horses, and then I took a break from kind of doing showing for a little bit, and went away to the third of the world, but
you came back.
I came back.
The draw.
How long were you with the thoroughbreds?
Until I say about 4 years ago, I used to do all the sales,
Okay.
thoroughbred sales.
So it's a prepping still. The prep side
I
of it.
did all
You
the
love
prep
that
side.
side.
That's the same. It's that side of things you love.
And I still had a horse at home, just 1 or 2 myself, or 1 or 2 from other people as well. But I wasn't producing as a producer solely. Do you know, it wasn't my bread and butter
until now. And was it? Do you find it took off the minute you stepped back into it, or did it take a little bit of time, or how did you find that?
Well, I was very fortunate. It kind of kicked off really quickly, but like I opened my first yard, and
but you would open in the middle of COVID now.
It was like 3 weeks out of COVID.
That's
I remember hearing about it, and I was like, "This isn't going to be a thing. Are you mad? Was it bloody crazy to say that?"
Oh no, I was the same.
It dragged on as well.
It dragged on and on, and we're very fortunate that the showing world, the show in Ireland actually ran shows that were held just for professional riders to go and allowed to compete the horses, following all the protocols, so we were adhering to any of the COVID-19 protocol, and it still gave us an opportunity to get all young horses out, which was badly needed, and to compete. And do you know what, funny enough, I always say this, there was a couple of people who I was always say hello to and in passing, best of luck, but because of COVID there was only such a small group of people going on showing, we all became a lot closer.
I think that with the jumping too.
Yeah, I met so many good friends through the COVID, and who I'm extremely good pals with now.
It was like, it's kind of like the magnetic effect, you know, you're always pushed away, and then when you can come together you really bond like.
Yeah, 100%,
Would you find that the more amateur riders that missed out on those few years, because you're teaching as well, do you find that it's taken them a lot to get back in over the last year and a half as to where they were beforehand?
Yeah, of course.
You know,
and it's more so from the horse's point of view as well, that there was a lot of amateur people who couldn't leave or couldn't go to competitions, and the horses were kept at home. And now they're on the back foot a horse has been older and riders now having the horses out,
Yeah.
that they are struggling a little bit. Jeez, they're all caught up pretty well now.
Yeah, it's just 2 years post nearly now.
they're
Everyone's
all
but
fine.
still, you see, you'd have that first year. If it was a baby horse, like you were saying, there were 6-year-olds nearly coming out.
Yeah,
You're starting
yeah.
4-year-olds, and you need that 4 and 5-year-old year to really get a
Pitter
horse.
potter around.
Yeah, and have all your mistakes and your
That's where they learn.
experience. Yeah, it's harder teaching older horse. It isn't easy, like.
Yeah.
Do you know? So tell me. Actually, an interesting one. It's a bit off topic, not a bit off topic. Do you teach many women back with after having babies?
Yeah, God, they do.
Because of what we discussed,
Yeah.
I just thought that's an interesting one.
It's a hot topic with us.
Hot topic.
Yeah, there's plenty of people who have had kids that I coach, and
They would have taken a break.
they would
to
have taken
have
a
them
break.
and come
Yeah,
back.
of course, when the kids are old
Yeah.
enough, they come back, and I'd often find their confidence a little bit more wary of themselves
Yeah.
because they can't
Yeah.
afford to take a fall because they have
Yeah.
a family
Yeah.
to look after.
Yeah.
But when they get their confidence back, a lot of them come back to who they were before, do you know? And it's great. They need that.
You do.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't understand. I'm a man. I don't have any kids, and
Yeah.
I never will. Do you know what I mean? But I find it's a great release for them to get away from the kids,
Yeah.
get away from the home, do something for themselves. Because I think it's very important that people look after self-care. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
themselves happy.
Yeah.
Do something that they
What's
were
that
good
word
at.
you use?
Not one personal ID.
And
Like, they
not
have
in
more
one
than
person.
Yeah, of
one
course.
personal
Persona.
ID.
Yeah.
So you're not just mum, you're still mum, but you have the
Course,
horse
yeah,
part of you, and then you
absolutely.
have
Yeah.
something else. I think that's people. You just get into a rut. You just do one thing, and then you go back to work, and then you're just work
Yeah.
and mum. You've nothing outside.
Yeah.
It's very hard to make time. You can make time. It's
course
just
can.
well, you need
Yeah.
someone then. If your confidence has dropped slightly,
Yeah.
you need someone like you that can
Well,
see
that-
from the outside that
yeah.
can say, well, this is actually improving, that's improving. Whereas if you're just doing it at home, sometimes you can be very negative on yourself.
course.
Yeah.
You fall into bad
can.
habits, and it's
Yeah.
very hard to shake a bad habit without somebody supporting you
Well,
along
you
the
can't
way.
see your bad habit when
No, you
you're on a
can't. You need
horse.
somebody on the ground.
You need to be very self-aware, but it's very hard to be that self-aware on a horse because you're watching tempo, speed, you're hoping not to get dumped.
Basically.
You're trying to balance, you're trying to rhythm, everything. So you actually require a good set of eyes and a trained set of eyes on the ground to pick up the subtleties.
And you're trying to get back fit as well, because your fitness is
Yeah.
obviously
Compromised.
decreased.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and it even counts if you had an epidural or not. Do you know what I mean? You do see it in some people when they're coming back to ride, that it does affect them a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Could be
They're
really
not,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
their
I
lower
had-
back movement isn't as
I had
loose as.
two epidurals on the lads, and I'd see it like even I know we do a lesson, but that hand I never had an issue with one hand, and one hand is always weaker on one side. I find, you know, that left hand the way it can
just
move a
drop
bit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And I look back in videos of me when I was younger, I had no issue with that.
But do you think maybe that was also kind of holding the baby and feeding the baby in the one arm, because normally the block is down lower?
It is, yeah, that's
Well,
true.
it
But
not
I-
normally.
you
It
would
is
wonder
down
though,
lower,
is
but
it
you'd wonder if there's
is it
a residual.
Does it travel up?
Residual
Do you know what I mean?
But
effect,
is it a
like,
hip thing?
yeah.
So am I just not
Oh,
putting
yeah.
enough weight
Yeah,
through
could be.
and I can't because I've no feeling still.
Yeah.
So like, is it
Well,
just the weight?
it could just be, yeah.
Yeah, I might be dropping my weight
Compensation.
through. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just interesting, and that's why I wanted to ask that. Do you know? Because I suppose I'm getting back after having babies, and it's like
From a coach's point of
from
view,
a
it's
coach's
interesting
point
to
of
see
view,
that
yeah.
you can notice these things and you can like help
And do you
fix them.
find you have to adapt with someone like who's had children? As in, do you find you have to be a tiny bit kinder speaking to them, and do you know, to get the confidence up in them again, to back to, especially when you know people how they used to be. And I know what it's like. You get up and you know you're not who you used to be,
Yeah.
and it's very, very frustrating. So do you find you have to kind of adapt the way you approach them, or do you find
Well, I handle everybody
individually anyway?
completely individually.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
some people who thrive on being extremely soft and being really
Yeah.
kind and being really nurturing. There's other
Yeah.
people who thrive on tough love.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know, but there
Yeah.
will be a certain point with everybody. We're going to have to push them out of their boundaries.
Yeah,
But I will never make somebody
Oh,
do
no,
something
no.
I don't believe they can do.
yeah,
Do you know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if I
that's
believe
so
they can
important.
do it, and I tell this to anybody I teach,
Yeah.
if I put up a fence, I put it up for the reason I know you can do
You
it.
could do it,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
and it's
yeah.
up to the rider to have faith in me as a coach or
Yeah.
as a friend, that I believe in them, that they can
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah,
Do you know?
absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
and like anybody, every coach is there for your best intent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely, yeah.
So we're just there to help, and yeah, there's days where you see that they've had a bad day, but 9 times in, if I tell people, if you have a bad day, go lunge your horse, go for a hack.
Just
Do you know,
clear the
clear
head.
your head. There's no point
no
coming
stress.
onto arena because your horse can feel it. And then something could go wrong and you're breaking down or you're getting cross or angry. The horse doesn't know. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Those days, if you rang me, Shane, I had a terrible day today, I'm just going to go for a hack. I 100% totally understand.
Just don't come here, do your own thing.
Do your own thing. Call over for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We go for a hack, we go for a chat.
Yeah, just step away.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And the horses don't mind that. I was saying to Anna the other day, they don't need riding every day. Very few horses need riding every day or every, so there's no harm to just go, not today, lads.
Horses have personalities as well, and you need to play with that. Do you know what I mean? Some horses you figure out, you can't train every horse the same way. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have a board in the yard and we try and plan it. Yeah. 99% of them, that's going to change around because a certain horse went a certain day. And I'm like, okay, he went amazing today, take for a hack tomorrow. Or that lad didn't go as well as planned, we need to do that now 2 days in the arena. Do you know, I try to break it up as much as possible. Yeah. It's good for their heads.
Absolutely. Yeah, but then it takes a lot of planning and a lot of teamwork. And that's why I love the McKenna show team. It's great because it is a teamwork thing. Yeah. It's very much, like you said, someone will have to go for a hack instead of schooling, someone's going to have to lunge, someone's going to have to notice those things. So if you have someone lunging for you or something, you're going to have to know what they're doing.
They have to be tuned in.
They have to be tuned in, and they have to know the horse's personality.
Yeah. Like I remember when I started the team, I'm 1000% sure there's people out there sniggering, McKenna show team, who does he think he is? The notions of things, the notions of living, like, but you know what?
Here he comes.
Genuinely, like, he's after having bloody 1 or 2 horses or 3 or 4, and now he's the team, like. Yeah.
She did right. It is a team.
It started off small, and it wasn't just me. I'm not just the rider in there.
No.
Anybody who works with me, my owners, I get them on the horse and I put them in the ring as well, so it is a team. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It starts with me and Dad. And it grew from that, and Mum as well. Yeah. And it grew from there as well, and just it literally sprouted out like a tree. Yeah. And that's why the tree's on my logo.
Yeah, no, it's fabulous.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
2 people are a team.
Absolutely. But now we've a very big team, and owners ride. I have people in the yard ride for me. We've so many horses shows. We could have 3 or 4 in different rings.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Do you know? So it is a team, and I know, like at the end of the day, we've a very good team, and I always say we started a team and ended up like a family. Because we know each other inside out, and we know if I come into the yard and I'm grumpy, that they're like, okay, head down today, lads. And there's other days we come in and it's great fun, do you know? But the same as a family.
Absolutely.
And they know the horses inside out. They come in and say, Shane passed Camilla, and she didn't come over the door today. Right.
What's going on?
Go have a look, check her temperature, see if everything's okay.
And there's that respect there. If you're working 100%. As a team and like a family, there's the respect there between each other and the horses. And if people feel appreciated and you trust them, if they say X and you know what that is X, and you don't have to worry then.
No.
And it gives you time to go off to shows or go off to do clinics like this, and you know the yard is
100%.
Safe. Clockwork.
But like even, yes, I do a lot of training. I don't know everything.
No.
Like every time I teach somebody, I can learn something from somebody that I might say something a certain way. My partner is Vitaly, he's the most amazing, Jesus, he's like God to me. He's amazing, you know him as a...
Cut that
don't
out.
Say, imagine him
hears someone describing their partner like a god, he'd be like, what did I marry?
I'm only saying it because he listened to it. You're not. I'm joking, right. But like even from him, like there's a lot of our people who he teaches and I teach as well. He's dressage and show gym and I do my work and hunter and my show and whatever, and they cross over. And I might say something that he says it, but I say it a different way, and they get it, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean? I might say keep your lower leg quiet, and he might say release your knee and sit into your heel. Same thing. Do you know what I mean? Different ways of looking at it, and it works.
It's interesting because as I keep saying, I work with you on a physio point, so I know how your team works. I also, not to take or add to other places I go to, but it is like a family with you. I go in and you might be gone teaching or doing something, and someone else will be there, or Cindy usually is when I'm around, and she will know everything about that horse.
Yeah.
She'll be able to tell me when it last crapped in the corner, and if it didn't look right, or he just came out and he
wasn't himself. She's brilliant. She's so intuitive with horses, and so is Lynn.
Lynn is
it's
too.
Great. They're great girls like
and
that.
It's lovely to go into a place there where I don't have to say, God, I really need to ring Shane now.
Yeah, everybody's gonna know.
Everyone's
gonna know. But do you find it's like hard to get those people nowadays? Say if you lost someone from the yard that was working and trying to replace them, because all the yards that I know, and you see it all over online, it's very hard to get good people in.
And it's like it's easy to get people in. It's very easy to get people in, but it's to get somebody in that you can trust. That you know, like there's another lad after joining our team, Lee, and he came into the yard and straight away he got up on one of the young horses, and he didn't have a whip in his hand, and I was kind of going, okay, let's see how this goes. And walked the horse out of the barn. And the horse was acting the maggot a bit, but he gave the horse every opportunity to behave before he said, do you mind if I just carry a whip? He didn't do the hero, and I always say that there is no heroes in this game. Do you know what I mean? I tried it, I did it, I played the hero for years, and look at me,
we've all tried
stuck from it. Do you know what I mean? He got up on the young horse, gave it every opportunity, was extremely kind to the horse, and then he said, okay, now he needs a bit of a reprimand. There's it. Now he just came and tapped on the shoulder, and that was it.
Just
do you know
the right time.
And I was like, that is brilliant. And then he knows when to back off them, when to go. So I was like, he's going to fit in. He's good crack. We have such fun around the yard. We really do. And I said, the day I don't enjoy doing this is the day I'm going to tell the lads, okay, if something needs to change, or we're going to pull the plug on it.
No. Because even, I suppose, I've gone in with Dublin with you behind the scenes, and the crack is just...
It's all fun and
it's mighty. Like it even made me want to try showing. And I mean, I would just be... Shane's
great at it. Join the dark side.
No, never.
I think you'd look lovely in a tweed jacket.
You've done it before. You've done a little bit here and there.
I did do a little bit, here and there. Yeah, I did. But it was such a lovely atmosphere. It changed my perception of what I thought. It's kind of like you said.
From the outside, showing is not.
Oh no, but behind the scenes, like... It was fabulous, and I've always enjoyed being with your team, and I learned a lot, an awful amount. I'm just thinking of Shane with the turnout, Shane, I told Ria to get
it's a bloody one of these things with a scissors in it, or
talk about the dark side.
It was the thing you use for the tail, the solo combs.
Yes,
with all the hooks in it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, was it what?
The pull-out ones. Oh, they're brilliant.
Yes,
I love them.
I quit. I quit.
The dark side of the show jumping world. Back me up.
My anxiety now, my angina.
All I heard was, Ria, step away from the pony.
Step away from the mane.
And Ria was like, what?
Hacking into this. Her lovely Connemara. And I walked in and I was like, she's gone pulling his tail, Connemara's tail. And I was like, she maybe just tied it up. And then she took to its mane. I never had a nervous breakdown.
No.
But I was over finished it.
Tin it out a little bit.
No.
I used to pull all the manes. I never, ever used scissors. Ever.
Oh, no,
until the last 2 years now, I cut them all.
To be fair, like if a mane is light, unless it's a big thick mane, I'll pull it with the mane come back up and pull it down. If it's light and doesn't need anything taken from the follicle, I get those big, they're like €2 mane combs, the big red ones or whatever. Pull them in down, gap scissors, double edged gap scissors, and just take the ends off. The healthy mane keeps growing back down, and the mane comes a lot thicker. Do you know what I mean? So I might only have to pull a mane once at the start of the season. I just keep tapering.
Yeah, once it's done properly. Like, 'cause I leave mine grow over the winter, and then during the summer, I'll take them off. You see, mine are in a brood mess, so it's just more of if I'm doing photos and stuff.
They need to be beautiful all the time.
Oh no, so they don't. They need to keep warm when they're out in the yard. Like have all the hair down.
Fairy knots.
Trying to
keeping them warm.
But I find, as you saying, if it's a thick mane.
And And there's we
My
going,
poor
they
little
look fat,
thing.
that's great.
They're fat, they're healthy, there's a rug in them, they're fine.
Yeah, we're never going showing. But if they're thick, I do the same. I'll thin them out. And I find then you don't even need a main comb. You could just pull the ends
Yeah,
with your fingers.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Just tip along. But I have started using the scissors on the thinner mains. And I use the scissors up this way like a head.
Just get a gap scissors and go along it.
I must get
Double-edged
over
gap scissors.
There's a
it's
tip
great.
for you all.
Yeah.
Gap scissors. Any other
Yeah.
tips? Any other good tips?
Oh, I've loads. Just
But
couldn't
you-
say less. I'm joking. A magician never reveals his secrets. Oh, there's even with the tails, open the gap scissors and just go down the sides of the tails. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like gone the day we used to have to pull it like a maid.
Yeah.
And then you're getting kicked to some
Yeah.
other, and a horse didn't want to let you put a tail bandage on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
And
mean?
do you do days like that of showing how to
Turner
actually
clinics,
yeah.
I think
That'd be the
very
right job.
important, yeah.
That would be the right
Turner-
job. I
And
love that.
it goes across board for dressage,
Yes.
show,
So
jumping,
it does,
eventing.
yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
just for showing, because I tried to put quarter marks on a horse.
Yeah.
Quarter marks, and it's not very posh, and I said that.
Quarter.
You did
Quarter marks.
So
The
chaffing
quarter marks
and
and
chaffing.
chopping, yeah.
And he get kicked out of a Chinese, but he's using quarter marks.
But how to improve and enhance a
Yeah.
horse's hindquarters.
Yeah.
Do you know?
He's
So-
dropping himself saying
How many
To
times?
me.
How many
Yeah.
times can I say quarter in the next 2 minutes?
I learned how to do it on a quarter horse. And when you learn how to do it properly, it takes
Yeah.
quarter of the time.
So
But
that's
yeah,
your
yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Now, word of the day.
Quarter.
Quarter.
Yeah, and then you use water as well.
Oh, Jesus.
But you see, there are things that people find interesting. I actually find it interesting because I clearly don't know how to turn a horse out like that. It's like quick snip,
I know.
clean it up. Yeah.
I don't know.
You've seen them coming
Has anyone
into
seen
the
yours
arena.
up It's half open, half across at the minute.
He's living up to his name.
Yeah, well, God love him.
Aw.
Oh, I did such a hack job on it. There's half
I'll
of me
fix
here,
it.
half of me.
Is it still half and half?
That's alright, boys.
But you just train it over. So every
Yeah.
day, like every day before we ride,
Yeah.
we go in with a dandy brush and we wet over the mains.
Okay.
And down
okay.
through. And it was actually Pat Doyle who taught me that when I was riding our point-to-pointers
Yeah,
and Pat
yeah.
Doyle's.
Yeah.
Every day you go in, wet brush,
Wet brush.
brush
yeah.
down the mane, brush
yeah.
down the top of the tails.
Yeah.
And it's training the mane and tail and the
Yeah.
follicles,
It does
the new
keep
hair
them.
coming up
Yeah.
to grow and lay the right way. And it makes
Yeah.
life so much easier.
Do you use those wax sticks?
Yes, so when I'm planting,
yeah.
I use the wax stick
Yeah.
to.
You
So
find it?
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
Were you
No
about
gel,
to
no
work
gel
in last
anymore.
There's is it the Brill Cream gel? No, it's not the Brill Cream. It's a red tub.
Oh, it's the red one.
And it's real sticky. Yeah, that's great. Like for evening championships when you want the mane to look shiny really bright. But the wax is great. But the only thing about the wax is you have to wash it out afterwards.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Yeah, don't leave it in. You
I
can
wouldn't
leave
know
it
that
in,
now.
but the mane is going to get a lot dirtier. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna
very
stink,
quickly.
stink,
So
When it gets left in.
we'd usually
stink,
wash the
yeah.
manes after the end of the day.
Yes, yeah.
Another tip is, do you know the red tubs of Brill Cream?
Yes.
So for when what the old men used to
Yeah.
comb over.
Grill.
So when for evening championships, if you put that in the top of the mane,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it makes it shine really, really bright.
Oh,
Yeah, it does, yeah. And
See, the
down
things
their
you
legs
just
and
wouldn't
stuff
know.
as well.
Oh, yeah,
Their dark
shines them.
points.
Yeah.
You put
Yeah.
it all over their legs and stuff. It makes it shine. Do you know?
Really shines
Yeah.
And the
off.
sand wouldn't stick to it
No,
on the
it
legs.
doesn't.
No,
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 so it's
sure.
great. Like
Yeah.
even through their tails and stuff, it's fantastic.
Interesting.
But then
Yes.
I use enough product from Cardigan Martin that their coats never need that
They're
extra.
all yeah.
Like if you look at see the problem with people is they leave
They
the
don't-
horses over the winter and then they only use product on the day of a show.
They don't keep on top of it.
They don't keep on top of it.
Yeah.
Like all our horses' shoulders get sprayed down with coat shine or
Yeah,
mane and
yeah.
tail even. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've no sore shoulders, rub shoulders,
you've
just
nothing
because
rubbed.
the hair lies the right way.
Yeah.
But it's
yeah.
very hard, even if you wash the horse the day or the day before the show and the morning of, you still don't get all the way down to the skin. The
No.
skin's still scurfy.
Mm.
You can't fix that in
if
one
you-
day.
If you use
know.
like a good wash, a good shampoo, like for the getting clipped and stuff, I use the medicated shampoo.
Yeah.
Bloody
Oh
brilliant.
yeah, would
It
you?
really
Clean
it
the
cleans
skin
out and it's a clean once the skin is healthy.
Yeah.
But this comes back to your grooming, your curry combing, brush them
Yeah.
off every day, once or
And-
twice a week. It spritz of a
And
product.
you're feeding. Your
Yeah,
oils,
100%,
everything
yeah.
that you're putting in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I don't know if a lot of people spend enough time on grooming. Like back in the day, it was nearly like a
Yeah.
massage after.
Strap the horses.
You
I used to
strap
strap.
them, like, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I used to make them out of
Wisps of
mane.
hair.
Yeah,
did you?
yeah,
Me?
yeah.
Did you?
The main
Yeah.
hair was
Oh,
unbelievable.
we used to say hey, where we
Yeah.
used to wrap up and we'd
Did
go down
that
on
as
the
well.
horse.
Yeah.
But I found the
mane is
main
good.
hair was a bit oily as well, so
Oh,
it would add
fantastic.
it back in.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Or cheap penny socks. Great thing to buffer up a horse. You know those fluffy
Yeah.
socks get pennies? Yeah, if you brush down a
I was
horse with them,
thinking of the fluffy leggings.
you know, well, you could do like that wax on, wax off.
Wearing it. You can wear them
I'm
inside out,
not that
Emily.
good with two
You
hands.
can wear them inside out and kick your legs around on the bloody horse. Fluffy, bloody.
Can we
Did
pause
you
this
ever
and
hear
discuss the
that?
toilet baggage? I'm bursting.
Oh,